and welcome back to another video on C. Today we're going to go over file handling and formatted input-output. You're all familiar with the printf and scanf functions. I think the first thing I ever did in a C program was this, like probably many others. The printf function, what it does is that it takes a string as an argument, or it creates a string, or to do like this instead. This creates a string as an argument, and then it writes that string to your standard output, which is your screen. Simply put, the terminal on your screen is a standard output. Scanf works the other way around, where it instead reads a value from the standard input, which is your keyboard. But say, for example, that you want a program to print something to a text file, and then have another program read that value. This is where file handling and formatted input-output come into play. First off, what we want to do is declare a file pointer, which looks like this. File, then our pointer name. Let's call it fptr for simplicity's sake. Then, to open the file, set fptr to equal fopen. Now, the fopen function takes two strings as an argument. First, the name of the file we want to open. Let's call that output.txt. Second is the mode which you want to open the file in. There are a couple of different modes you can open a file in C, but today we're going to go over the read mode and the write mode. Let's set that to write for now, because as the name implies, write mode enables us to write something to a file. Now, to write to the file, we can't use the printf function. We have to instead use the formatted print function, or fprintf, where it works just like the printf function, except the first argument is which output you want to write to. So if we were to set this to stdout, which is our standard output, which is the screen, it will just work like a regular printf function. But instead, we want to write to our pointer, the file we opened. And then the second argument is, like the printf function, the string. Let's print hello world. And since we opened the file, we also have to close it, which we do with the fclose function, with our pointer as the argument. Now, let's compile this and let's run it. Always remember your semicolons. There we go. Let's run it. Then you see the output.txt file has been generated here. Open it, we'll see hello world. Now, let's create a new text file. Let's call it input.txt. And I want a number in here to demonstrate the formatted scanf function. Let's take 7. Now, to open in read mode, we just have to change this W to an R. Change the file name to input.txt. And then we have to declare a variable to store our number in. Let's call it X. Then let's use the formatted scanf function. Scanf. And if we were to type std in here, it works just like the regular scanf function. But that's not what we want to do. We want to read from our file, which is our pointer. We want to read an integer. We want to assign it to the address of x. We can print that for our standard output. And then again, close the file. So let's compile it. Let's run it. We see that we've successfully read the integer in the input.txt file. Now, what were to happen if we try to open a file that doesn't exist? Let's try it by deleting the input.txt file and then run the program again. We will get a segmentation fault because we're trying to access something that doesn't exist. So how do we deal with this? Well, the fopen function will return a null pointer if the file name specified could not be opened. So what we could do is simply put this in an if statement, where if this operation equals null, we simply printf file does not exist, and then exit the program. For to compile this and run it again, we will simply print that the file does not exist. Now, if you were paying attention, you would have noticed that when we opened the output file, the output.txt file, that still worked, even when the file didn't exist. This is because we were using writing mode instead of reading mode, where the write mode will just simply create the file if it doesn't exist. However, if the file already does exist, like our output file here, if we were to write to it again, it would simply overwrite the content of the file. Let's do that. Open fopen, our output file in write mode, into it. This file already exists. And then close our pointer for our file. File, run it. You can see we've overwritten the contents of the file. This has been our guide to file handling and formatted input-output in C. Thank you very much to everyone who's watched us and supported us during this year. I want to wish you all a happy new year, and I'll hope you'll be back to support and watch us during this upcoming year. Thank you for watching.